Well, hey, Pastor Brandon here. Thank you so much for tuning in. Today, I just want to share with you one of my all-time absolute favorite Bible passages. This is one that I remind myself of daily almost. I have to continually remind myself of this because it's so fitting and so important. And especially for times like today, we really need to hear these words from Jesus. Jesus is speaking in Matthew chapter 6, verse 25, and here's what he says. Therefore, I tell you, do not worry about your life, what you will eat or drink, or about your body, what you will wear. Is not life more than food, and the body more than clothes? Look at the birds of the air. They do not sow or reap or store away in barns, and yet your heavenly Father feeds them. Are you not more valuable than they? Can any one of you, by worrying, add a single hour to your life? And why do you worry about clothes? See how the flowers of the field grow? They do not labor or spin. Yet I tell you that not even Solomon, in all of his splendor, was dressed like one of these. If that is how God clothes the grass of the field, which is here today and tomorrow is thrown into the fire, will he not much more clothe you, you of little faith? So do not worry, saying, what shall we eat? Or what shall we drink? Or what shall we wear? For the pagans run after these things. And your heavenly Father knows that you need them. But seek first his kingdom and his righteousness, and all these things will be given to you as well. Therefore, do not worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will worry about itself. Each day has enough trouble of its own. Man, I need to be reminded of that over and over again, don't you? I mean, so many worries, so many things. In times like these, we're looking to the future. We're going, oh my gosh, what's going to happen with this? What's going to happen with that? What's coming down the road? All of our plans are up in the air, and we're trying to figure out what's going to be coming next. And we can get so worried about tomorrow, so worried about a month from now, that we forget who God is. And here Jesus is reminding us of how great God is. And he says, look, if you are worrying, if you are struggling right now, do what Jesus said. Go look outside. Go for a little walk if you can. Look at the birds of the air and just watch those birds and realize that those birds have no cares in the world. God is taking care of them. And if you're worried about other things like how are we going to clothe ourselves or some of the basic necessities of shelter or whatever else, look at the flowers. Those things are so beautiful, and God provides them. God cares for them. How much more is he going to care for you, us as his creation? And we are the crown of his creation as human beings. We're created in the image of God, and we are so much more valuable than flowers and than birds, and God is looking after us. So I want to challenge you today to do what Jesus says. If you're feeling worried about tomorrow, stop doing that. Focus on today. You got enough trouble to deal with today. What do you need to do today? And if we're struggling, if we're having a hard time with that, look outside. Look at the birds. Look at the flowers. Look at the grass. Look at all the things blooming right now and say, God's got this under control. It may be a little scary. We may not know what tomorrow holds. Each day's got enough of its trouble, though. Let's just focus right now. What do we need to be doing today? Do what God has for you, and it's all going to be okay.